Yes.
Glory, glory, Man United. Hi, everyone. Sam here from the Muhdo Hub. I'm here in Dubai with Ryan Babel, who was one of our early supporters back during the seed round when we were raising, and he was a big supporter, and many of his community have participated in the project. And we're both in Dubai, so we thought we'd get together in a cool new format, which we've never done before, and answer some of the questions that his community wanted us to ask. And yeah, so here we are today with you, Ryan. Thank you so much for making the time to do that. And firstly, thank you for all the support. And for anyone that doesn't know who Ryan is, ex-professional footballer, professional athlete, reached the pinnacle of his career and is now a very successful crypto investor and has a big community of people that he gives advice to. So yeah, thank you so much for your time, Ryan. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's great to be here. And yeah, I think it was a good idea since we were both in Dubai to also, of course, have a conversation in person. You know how it goes when people, especially when you run a community, they want to know so much. And now I had a chance to speak to you directly. So hopefully we can have most of these questions answered.
Yeah,
Right?
No problem. If there's one thing I love to do, it's talk.
Answering,
and there's nothing I like to talk about more than this.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Really happy to answer any questions that you guys have got.
Yeah, no, so I think as people might know, crypto is still a fresh new industry compared to a lot of years ago. We have now millions of cryptos almost getting printed every day. It's getting very, very overwhelming for people to differentiate good projects with good intentions who want to, of course, make the difference compared to respectfully shitty projects who are just there for the money and a quick grab. I want to know personally what inspired you to combine technology, health, and Web3.
Well, the background that we came from and what we do with epigenetics, it's all about giving people the ability to see what's going on inside of their bodies. That's what epigenetics is. And, for us, over the last 8 years, we've been developing this technology, and we were always working towards the point in time where we would launch a consumer brand. And looking at the marketplace, certainly post-COVID, there's a big problem at the moment with people that they're looking for brands that they can trust. Big Pharma has had its day. They've been caught with their hands in the cookie jar. And, we were looking for the perfect way to build trust, and blockchain technology is that solution. So first and foremost, for us, it was about the technology. That's what really inspired us or drove us to make this transition into Web3. Furthermore, when we started in the business of genetics, there was only a few players, and everybody went for the low-hanging fruit. They went for DNA, and we took the road less traveled. We took the hard road and really focused on trying to understand epigenetics because we saw that as the future. So the founders of Muhdo, and I've joined myself 4.5 years ago. We all always looking at what's the future, and blockchain technology is the future. But going back to the original point, how do we build trust and transparency, in a broken system that really needs trust and transparency? So for us, it was about the technology first, supply chain tracking. We really wanted to be able to give people complete trust and faith in the products that we're selling. Unfortunately, I've eaten shit and drunk shit and lived shit for my whole life, but I have an 8-year-old daughter. Most of the founders have children, and we really care about the products that we want to give to our children.
Yeah.
And, so that was really the first use case that inspired us. It was like, actually, this is really cool because we can track seed to sale on chain and give people trust and confidence in the information that we're giving them. And that's why we sort of started talking to VeChain, who I'm sure you know VeChain.
Absolutely.
They are, kind of like the OGs of blockchain for supply chain tracking. And they had such a plug and play platform. For us, it was like, wow, okay, no brainer. Let's do that. Let's use that technology to create really transparent products. Secondly, the reason we are where we are today is because we have been fortunate enough to have over 70,000 customers now give us their genetic and epigenetic data. And that has enabled us to prove the science that we are best in class at today. But more importantly, it's enabled us to prove the products work and develop these formulations and really understand the effects of these supplements and ingredients that they have on your body. We've never sold anyone's data. And we believe, I'm a conspiracy theorist, as you'll probably find out as we talk. My data is my data. And the fact that people, that billions are made from people's data every day, and people don't know that, don't understand it, and never get a share of that. We wanted to really give back to the people that have helped us create this edge that we've got against the competition, but also reward them for the products that we've been able to create from their data. So really, that's the second use case for kind of blockchain technology. And when you Google Web3, supply chain, data management, they're kind of like the OG use cases. Blockchain technology was not created to make meme coins.
No.
So the Web3 purists that say, that's not what blockchain technology was about. And then the third thing was, okay, well, actually, we've got this amazing technology. We're going to create these amazing products. How do we fund this platform that's going to be super disruptive, go up against Big Pharma, go up against the people that fund Big Pharma, which, let's be honest, are the people that have all of the money and the power. And what's cool about blockchain technology is you can build a community, you can launch a token, the community can believe in your mission, and going forward, you can build this brand and this platform together. You can reward people in a way that you would never be able to do with VC funding. You can incentivize people for being healthy, and you can create a circular economy or a closed ecosystem that can thrive on its own. And really, that was the third reason and the last reason, why we kind of moved into Web3. But also everything's going to be on the blockchain, so why play catch up when we can run from the front, right? Yeah.
So you, Muhdo Hub first, of course, created a successful, I would say, foundation in Web 2 space.
Yeah.
I assume the customers has been generated in the Web 2 space.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like you mentioned earlier, you looked into the OG project VeChain.
Yeah.
What did you saw there where you'd be like, hey, we can do it maybe just as good, but maybe even better? What is the main difference where you believe this has not been done yet?
Well, I think, okay, who are our competition? Our competition are traditional supplement brands, or, well, now they're our competition. In the beginning, it was about genetic testing and epigenetics. I mean, we smashed the competition from the genetics perspective. We've been proven to be the most accurate test in the market time and time again. And I can go into that. But to answer your question is, first of all, in Web3, there are no competitors that actually own their own IP. They're all selling third-party products, or they're trying to collect people's data from other tests. We own the whole vertical in what we do. So as a competitive edge, we already have that. But by integrating these features and offering the best supplements at the best price with the complete transparency, rewarding people for their contributions by sharing their data, and ultimately being able to crash the price, which is something that I'm happy to go into more detail about. But to answer your question directly, our goal is to basically give the best test in the market away for free. And by cutting out all of the middlemen, we're going to give the best supplements in the market away for less than a cup of coffee every day. So the competitive edge that Web3 enables us is to disrupt a very rigid industry and really change the way that these products and services are delivered, focusing on the value versus the profit, knowing that the profit will come if the value is there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. So and then to dive more in on products, like what products does Muhdo Hub provide that I would say consumers would really like benefit from?
Oh wow. This might take an hour. Look, to be totally honest, I'll say it again. So we provide the best and most accurate epigenetic testing platform. So that enables people to understand what's going on at their genetic level, how their genes are expressing themselves, how their cells are aging, and then receive personalized insights into how to fix that, slow that down, and improve their health at a cellular level. That is kind of what we've offered in Web 2. Now the Muhdo Hub, which is the Web 3 platform, we incorporate AI health coaching. So that enables you to track, measure, and optimize your journey through the application. What Muhdo didn't offer before was the supplements. It was recommendation based. So now you can actually purchase within the marketplace personalized products, where the first couple of ranges are longevity supplements, sports supplements, some of the key supplements that everybody should take, really high quality, but then personalized supplements. So your base formula with top-ups based on your deficiencies and what your body needs to get to that optimal level. That is the first application that we're launching. We have 6 consumer applications that are targeting different niches, and each of them will have different subscriptions, different types of products, and different solutions to those problems that those niches traditionally face. So we aim over the next 5 to 10 years to build the biggest marketplace for personalized health products. What I'm describing is what we're rolling out over the next 18 months. But there's mental health applications, there's healthcare protocols for gamers, a mother care platform. There's stuff that will revolutionize the way that medical cannabis is prescribed. And all of this stuff, we've already done all the research. We've already proven out the science. It's now it's just a case of rolling these out to the consumers. So, phase 1, we start with the first range of supplements, then that will move into personalized cosmetics, baby products, and then niche formulations for niche use cases. But there's tons.
So in terms of the products, is it then that you collaborate with already existing products, or is it completely from scratch where you guys take the full control and developing these products you mentioned?
I think we have to, and in the future we will partner. So for example, with cosmetics, all the big cosmetics companies are trying to do DNA-based cosmetics, right? But to take that one step further with the epigenetics, cosmetics is a massive market. We can't be jack of all trades, master of none. We would do a partnership to launch a cosmetics product because we provide the technology, but we will not do any partnerships with anyone that is not willing to put their whole supply chain on chain.
Makes
so that's
sense.
a big thing for us.
Absolutely.
And our manufacturing facility in Wales, Nikki Edmonds, who is honestly, she's in her 50s. She looks like she's like 28, 29. You will never find a woman with more energy than this woman because she's lived it.
I want to meet her.
Yeah. Calm down, Ryan. But she's amazing, and she manufactures supplements. She supplied supplements and nutrition products to Olympics teams, international sports teams, professional sports teams. As a professional sportsman, to get to that level is the highest level of testing, the highest level of accreditation, I guess you can get. I don't know if that's the right word, but she will be manufacturing that. And so we already have best in class people with that experience for 25, 30 years. So it's not that difficult. We've got the formulations. We've proved the formulations work. We have a manufacturing facility in Wales that will put those formulations together. And we will just ensure that at every step of that supply chain, all of the testing is done. And most companies don't do it because it costs a little bit more. But when you're making 600-700% margin on a product, that's just greedy.
Right. Why would you not? Yeah.
So we got all of that in-house.
Okay. You mentioned AI there for the sec. As we know, AI is of course the topic of all topics now. How do you integrate AI and how do you leverage AI within the Muhdo Hub ecosystem?
So with AI, every test that we take is like 2 terabytes of data. It's ones and zeros. So you have algorithms and AIs processing that data. And typically, for researchers looking at genomic data, it could have taken weeks to get to an outcome. So how we use AI in our existing platform is through, we've built a research platform. So we have a consumer app, we have a clinical app, and we have a research platform. And that research platform allows researchers to interrogate the data, because we will never, ever allow a third party to have access to our customers' data.
Yeah.
But this data is so valuable. So today, through our research platform, a researcher can come, and with the consent of the customer, they can ask it questions. So that's the AI that processes that through the bioinformatics platform. The new features in the new applications, it's all about how do we bridge AI and make that consumer facing and consumer friendly. And just one thing I want to be very, very clear about, the AI does not give the results.
Okay.
The AI, if you are using AI in healthcare, you need to be able to prove where it got that information from. Because if you ask ChatGPT the same question every day, it will give you different answers.
Of course,
right?
of course.
For us, every recommendation and every outcome we put in the app will have 5 peer-reviewed white papers available inside the app, so you will be able to see where that conclusion came from. But we are talking about so much information in our existing app, let alone the new stuff. It's overwhelming. You can get lost. You can not necessarily receive all of the benefits from the information, because you kind of tend to look at the stuff that you're worried about the most and get lost in the rest. So the way that the AI health coach will work inside of the application will be to really help you understand, make sure you understand, track your progress through the app, so that if you have missed some stuff, it's there. It will help you if we want you to be setting your goals. What are your targets? What are you looking to achieve? Is it nutrition? Is it losing weight? Is it fitness, working out? And just help you on that journey, whether it's AI-powered workouts, nutrition programs, and all of these different things. It becomes your food tracker. It becomes your motivator. That's why we call it a coach. But then, with the different applications, actually, because AI assistance is a buzzword at the moment, and it is because AI, when done correctly, can actually make things a lot easier. So like with the pregnancy application, when a woman is pregnant, have you got children now?
Yes.
Okay, so you remember when your partner was pregnant, the doctor's saying you've got to take all of these supplements. Every time they have a stomach ache, they're panicking, they're Dr. Google, they're all over the place, they're downloading 5-6 different apps. Our platform gives the woman the opportunity to track each trimester her epigenetics, her cellular, the epigenetic reactions through that pregnancy, replace the nutrients to the specifics of what is being taken out of her body, but also having a pregnancy coach that will track their lifestyle, stress, fitness trackers, pollution exposures, even like heat and humidity. All of this stuff is pulled in through the application. Sometimes you're just dehydrated. Sometimes you're just stressed. Sometimes you're this, but that fear and anxiety to it. Because when my ex-wife was pregnant, she would fart and I'd say, "Oh my God, what's happened?" It's all going wrong. And actually, it's about giving the mother as much comfort and assurance as possible. So that pregnancy coach is going to guide her through that journey. No more Dr. Google. It's going to understand her lifestyle and everything. And the more information she gives it, the more comfortable it's going to be. But not only that, we're going to start learning about the epigenetic effects of pregnancy, which has never really been done before. And then when that baby is born, the parents will have the ability to track the cellular development of their child from birth. Where mummy goes, baby goes. So we'll also be able to pull in that environmental data, that lifestyle data, that pollution data, because they're never going to be far apart. But imagine then you had an AI for your whole child's growing up of everything logged. And we're not making it difficult. What did you feed the baby today? How much milk did you do? You can talk to it. Boom, 2 seconds to log that in. There's not a parent in the world that wouldn't want that application. But not only that, now, because we're doing this for the 99%. No offense. I know you've done well, right? But we're doing it for the 99%. We're doing it for single mums on $26,000 a year with 3 kids. Why shouldn't they have the same level of health and precision as Brian Johnson, spending $3 million a year? They're the people we're fighting for. And actually, by doing this and giving people that data, that research has never been done before.
Right.
So actually, we're creating a whole new industry of data that the baby market's never going away.
Yeah, no.
Right? It's never going away, right?
No.
So that actually will help parents offset some of the costs of raising children. And we've got a ton of products that will be going into that platform, from biodegradable nappies, non-toxic baby wipes, personalized baby creams, personalized baby foods.
Wow.
If the baby's got all of that, mummy may as well be beautiful. Personalized cosmetics, personalized supplements.
Right.
And what mummy does, daddy has to do.
Right.
Because we're going to sell them as family bundles. It's about subscriptions, and how can we put the maximum value into those subscriptions?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, because we have a DAO and because we have a token, actually, we have we're more aligned. The philosophy and the mindset as a founder, as an owner, is really changing, because actually I don't need to worry about squeezing every penny of revenue out of those products, because actually if I can create long-term value in the token, my incentives are now aligned in a different way. So for us, the way we're building this is, how do we get the most amount of customers, the most amount of value back to those customers, so that actually the revenue that flows back into the token will keep growing the value. So actually we see more benefit in growing the value of the token, because that's what's going to drive innovation. That's what's going to, we all want to be paid. Like nobody's having sleepless night, not sleeping, because we want to get paid. But why do you have to be greedy? And why does it have to be at the expense of children, mothers that are struggling? So actually we can take away all of that, make it super cheap, super affordable, give so much value back to those customers. And what is that ultimately going to do? Bring us more revenue, more customers, more brand loyalty, and give us customers to sell those new products and services that we're going to develop from that flywheel effect by putting money back into the token. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. A question just now.
By the way, that was just one example.
I realized
that was just one.
But realizing how affordable and accessible, hopefully, you guys will make this ecosystem for consumers at one point. You're not scared at one point you guys get kind of like some type of pushback from the current system that's already in place?
I think they've got bigger problems than me to worry about. Bobby Kennedy and Mr. DJT is coming into the house, and they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar, man. And to be honest with you, I always use the example of medical cannabis, right? They did everything to criminalize medical cannabis and put fear into it. But you know what? Eventually, so many people started curing their cancers, started treating their epilepsy, their Parkinson's, and all these amazing results. And with the power of social media, it got to the point where there was too many people that knew it was true. They had to change their mindset and they had to accept it. And then what they do, they try and make money out of it. The bottom line is whether you're a conspiracy theory or not, the big pharmaceutical companies lied. They lied. Do you remember all the celebrities on the thing saying, take the jab because it will stop transmission?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen the videos of the Pfizer executives admitting in that European interview thing that they never even tested that it stopped transmission. They've admitted that they did not give their employees the same jab as they gave the public. And it's just coming out more and more and more and more again. They got bigger problems than little old Muhdo. If we got a million customers, man, we'd be turning over, just on one product, just our supplement, longevity supplements. If we got 1 million subscribers, we're turning over 840 million a year, and we're putting 300 million a year back into the token. At that point, we're our own exchange, we're our own liquidity, we're our own bank. We never have to worry about a bull market or a bear market. We're not building a blockchain business that relies on hype narratives. We're building a business on a blockchain. And that's the difference. So are we worried about it? If this was 10 years ago and that we're still in power, yeah, we would, but they're done. Bobby Kennedy, first thing he said is, we're going to ban fluoride, we're going to ban pesticides, and we're going to make America healthy again. As soon as they do that, the rest of the world, how are you going to justify it? How are you going to justify it? You know who the first people to put fluoride in the water was? Nazis in concentration camps to make people docile. I don't care what anyone says, it's bad. I'll probably get in trouble with the rest of the team because we do work with academia. But, look, bottom line is, if you don't stand for nothing, we got children.
Of course.
Someone's got to say something. You've got to say it. And I'm not the only person saying it. And I'm nobody. Bobby Kennedy, let him do the work, man. And what they are all talking about now is prevention. because logic dictates if you can prevent people getting sick, you're not going to need to spend so much money on a broken healthcare system. Keir Starmer, not a fan, psychopath, right? But, he's like, oh, we can save the NHS simply. Just give people tests to stop them getting sick. And then you won't need to have such a burden on the National Health Service, and you could actually then reduce and be more effective. But there's no profit in healthy people. A patient cured is a customer loss. And unfortunately for these guys, humanity is waking up. And COVID was the biggest eye-opener because people lost their shit. I saw big, strong men driving around in cars on their own, wearing a mask on their own. It was crazy. And I think people realized how badly the whole thing was just a lie.
I fell for it, so I was wearing a mask. Also, of course, it was kind of directed. Also at that time, when I was still playing football, it was an obligation. You almost felt like this is the way now.
I know, and apologies for my strong words, because like a lot of people I love, family members and things like that, and they just do it so well. They just do it so well, but it's all about education.
Right.
And I think where our platform is just going to show people that actually these things have a positive and a negative effect. And when they feel those results and see those results, and for me, when I knew supplements worked was ashwagandha. Right? I dried up, man. My nuts went to the size of grapes. My libido was like completely destroyed. Like I used to wake up with like a floating duvet, and I'm like, why doesn't this happen anymore? Right? And literally someone was like, and this was for months, and it really affected me. I'm like, where's my libido gone? And my mate was like, James, sorry, our nutrigenomicist. He was like, take some ashwagandha.
All right.
I swear within a week I'm
floating
10-pole was that, and I'm using that as a mad example because it really, this shit works, but you need the right doses and you need good quality products, and not everybody absorbs things in the right way. But no, to answer your question again, we're not worried about big pharma. It would be a compliment if they came for us, and all it would do, it's like the Barbara Streisand effect. All they would do is bring more attention to the cause. And unfortunately, the technology exists. They can't do anything about it now. They got bigger problems. Hopefully these lawsuits are going to come and they're going to get put in serious. They'll be paying their fines. But these are companies that put carcinogenics and cancer-causing agents in baby products, bro. Baby products. They get fined billions for putting cancer-causing chemicals in baby products.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, so I'm going on a rant now.
No, all
Nearly
good.
went down the conspiracy theory. I did say that might happen.
No, it's fine. So at today, does Muhdo Hub then not have any pharmaceutical collaborations with in the industry?
So, we've worked with big companies that are involved in the pharmaceutical industry, but we provide a testing platform. And, the moral kind of dilemma, I guess, is well, actually, if we can help companies make their products better and more transparent, then that's something that we're okay with. But from a brand perspective, we don't sell anything. We're 100% preventative. We are all natural products. We will not get into pharmacogenomics and things like that. That's where the billions are. That's where the billions and the billions are, and that's great. Good luck to you. But most pharmaceutical, if not all pharmaceutical drugs, came from natural compounds at one stage. The cure for everything can be found in nature, is what we believe, and it's about optimizing your body, and that's what we want to focus on. We can make enough money, doing that without selling out to our morals and things like that.
So then, what type of partnerships could, people who are invested in the company, in the project, can expect, whether it's in Web3 technology,
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I'll give you a couple of Web 2 and a couple of Web 3, just to kind of give you the balance of what we're doing. An example, we're about to announce a research partnership with King's College London, Stavanger University, St Thomas's Hospital, and a couple of NHS trusts and the Brain Health Division, looking at how psychedelics and psilocybins and cannabinoids can be used to treat mental health, depression, and even Alzheimer's as well. What does that partnership benefit to the people? I mean, obviously, with our epigenetics platform, it brings a lot more value to the research because we're able to look at the epigenetic effects of those products and take it to a whole next level. But also, we're trying to, where we have all of these products today, if you want to be here for a long time, you have to always keep bringing out new products. So we want to be at the forefront of research and developing new products that we know and trust. But again, natural products. Working with the top universities in the world, we've done tons of studies with them over the years. Also, we were approached by a charity. I think I can say this, but fuck it, I'll say it anyway. Save a Warrior.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard them. They're a big US charity that work with veterans and first responders dealing with mental health and suicide and things like that. And they've just started a UK branch, and we have some close contacts in the military and with the first responders. And for me, these are people that go and fight for their country. They go and fight for people, and they come back and just get treated like dogs.
Right.
You see veterans in the street, homeless, and they come back, and you've got people coming over on boats that are illegal there and getting given £3,000 on a debit card, a mobile phone, and a free hotel.
Yeah.
But you've got people that went and fought and lost their best friends and nearly died for you, and being left to rot on the streets. And for me, I think that's an utter disgrace and I don't want to go on to another rant here, but so they've come to us and they're like, look, we want to build a mental health app. We want to incorporate the epigenetics element to it and looking at, because it does, your genetics and epigenetics really can actually is relevant to how you process stress and also getting your chemical balances right. And, you're a sportsman. When you don't train for like a month or 2 months, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't trained for 4 months and I started training again. I'm like, damn, like those demons are going away. It's for me, where I've struggled with my own demons over the years, like going to the gym every day is so important to me. And when I miss it, I'm like, I slip. So it's incorporating all of these different things. But so those two examples, so actually More Alpha, we're building a mental health application on our blockchain. They've come to us, they want to build on our chain, and that will be a really cool partnership because a lot of charity funding will come in and we'll be doing a lot of good for people that really need it. And something we're passionate about as well. It's always nice to do projects you're passionate about. I love psilocybin. I mean, I'm a black belt. I said to the scientists, I said, if you need someone to come and test the products, feel free to knock on the door. And again, why is psilocybin, things like ketamine and MDMA being so profound in depression and mental health? It's because it gives you that connection to spirit that you may not yet have. When you feel that connection, whether it's drug induced or not, it really starts to change how you view the world. And that's my personal belief. They'll say because it regrows neural pathways and things like that, but we'll find out. But again, that's something that we're super passionate about and we know works and we believe. So that's the kind of new partnerships that you would expect. I mean, we're doing partnerships with clinics, hospitals, and retail stores and things like that, which are kind of more like, how do we sell our products? On the Web3 side of things, look, we've already done like 13 Web3 partnerships, and all of those partnerships were about enhancing the customer experience. So, VeChain, I mentioned, supply chain tracking. Why try build it? You got the best in the business. They work with Walmart, BMW, all the big companies. And Secret Network is a real big one for us. We were part of Secret Network. Shout out to them. They really helped us when we started this journey. Okay. And for us, like, you're never going to get mass adoption in Web3, particularly in farming, maybe gaming and meme coins. But meme coins, like, I don't know why people actually have respect for them is as a blockchain product, because like, what does the blockchain? What benefit does the blockchain do it? All it does is let scammers scam you with anonymity and let you launder money a lot easier than it would if you were scamming people in the real world. There's no value behind them, but I understand why people do it. Listen, if you can flip your bag 20x, 50x, and buy a house for your family all day long.
Right.
I haven't got the balls for it.
Right.
But secret network was a big one because without privacy, you're never going to get mass adoption in Web3 from finance and healthcare. And they really that was an amazing partnership. And then that evolved to Zero Knowledge Network, adding more layers of privacy. So they protect your metadata, and they're really cool. Really cool technology that those guys are. I would keep your eye on them. They're going to be doing big things. And then, partnerships like Data Lake were really interesting because they've been around for a long time, and we don't do medical records. We do genomic data. They do medical records, and they built this really cool consent protocol where, it allowed us to open up a whole new scope for what we're doing. And they've got a ton of data as well. So they're a real world business that actually enhanced the value of the data that we've got and the data that they've got. So that's a partnership to watch downstream. I always forget partners because we've got so many of them. Up Network, we're being installed on their Web3 phones. That's something we're really excited about. That should start kicking off in the new year. But, going forward, I mentioned one of the potential partners, which I won't mention because it's nowhere near done.
Yeah.
But there are, people always say, what value do you bring to DeSci?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a proven research platform that if you're doing any research on health, we can help. No one else has got an epigenetics testing platform backed by top universities and multi-billion-dollar companies. So if DeSci projects want to collaborate and use our platform, we're open to that.
Yeah.
However, I will say the sci-fi DAOs have been very negative towards us, and there's been told a lot of bad things about us not being a real Web3, and we're just a Web2 company coming into Web3. And I'm like, okay, so you tokenize IP that may or may not one day be worth something in 10, 20, 30 years. We've built a blockchain, right? We're manufacturing products using supply chain technology. We have a research platform that enables all of these other DeSci projects to plug into and add value to the research that they're doing. And furthermore, we are also funding research and sharing that value within our DAO.
Right.
I mean, we're doing exactly what you're doing, plus.
Yeah.
So,
right.
you know what it is. Hate is going to hate. Take
Of
it
course.
as a compliment.
Of
I love
course.
it. I love a dogfight. They poke the bear.
Yeah.
Shout out to the sci-fi DAOs. Look, I mean, the partnerships to expect. The problem with Web3 in terms of like our real goal and ambition isn't to convert Web3 users into customers. Our customers are normal people.
Yeah.
The reason that Web3 and this Web2 narrative exists is because the people that control Web3 or created the narratives, FOMO, FUD, and all of these things were very, very smart. Very sort of cycles. The bull market's going to end in 9 months. Buy my shitcoin now or else you're going to miss out.
Right.
And the retail like, oh my God, I saw the last cycle.
Yeah.
Why is there cycles?
Yeah.
Why is that? These cycles are created artificially to pump and dump with no recourse. So, for us, like, what are the actual use cases? What is the value that they're going to bring? ZBEC for us was a no-brainer. It gives familiarity to Web2 users. If they don't understand the application or the technology behind it, they can just spend their rewards on a debit card. No-brainer. That was a great partnership. They work with 250 different projects. Flues, they build these really cool Telegram apps now where you can just buy the token, click buy through the Telegram app and have these really cool community engagement pieces. So that was a no-brainer for us as well. And I hope I haven't missed anyone out. But I think partnerships to expect are partnerships that remove friction between Web 2 and Web 3. But to us, there's no Web 2 or Web 3. I can send you a message with a pen and paper, or I can send you a message on email.
Yeah, right.
It's just more efficient technology.
Right,
I'm still
right.
here.
Yeah.
When people say, "Oh, in the real," I do it.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. Oh, in the real world, like we're in the fucking real
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
Like it's crazy to me, but yeah, I also think I'm lucky because we've never done a Web3 project before. We've got, so we've looked at all of these strange things and actually, well, how do we solve these problems and not fall into these narrative traps? And one of the guys in the group, I did not sleep last night because people were panicking because the markets were down. And the guy said to me, he goes, oh, but the bull market's going to end in 9 months. I said, bro, we're the bull. Like, don't worry about that. We're the bull. Because we don't need these narratives. Right now, we're the victim of it because we're new.
Of course.
Second, we hit critical mass. I promise you this, Ryan. you will just see this grow and grow because we can raise money from the real world if we need to.
Right.
But why would we do that when we have a mechanism and a business plan that doesn't rely on alpha or revenue coming 5-10 years down the track?
Yeah.
We're going to start generating revenue at the end of this month. We're going to prove our business model at the end of this month. So when the bull cycle ends, now, let's be honest, I'm making enemies here, but I like that. Right? It's such a great narrative. You know, you can crash a token 90%, rug the hell out of it, and just say, bull market's here.
Yeah. Bear market, sorry. Yeah.
Bear market.
Yeah,
sorry,
bear
bull. Yeah. Bull market's here.
Yeah.
No, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These cycles and these narratives are created by someone. FOMO, FUD. You know, it's like
that
why?
was actually one of the questions I got from my members is what you usually see with Web3 projects is once the bear market kicks in, usually the team is less motivated, they're going to do a little bit less, and slowly the token dies down, right? So the question really was like, what is Muhdo Hub going to do to try and prevent that?
So look, I mean, I'm not going to speculate on how long, has the bull market even started, right? I mean, it's blood on the streets right now, you know. Hopefully when DJT comes in, it's going to go to the moon. But like for us, our business model is designed to not be reliant on that. Eventually in 5 years, what is our ultimate goal? To have our own exchange on our blockchain, to be our own bank within our blockchain, to provide our customers with their own exit liquidity within our blockchain and keep innovating. I come from a background, I've worked in traditional finance. I know how to structure financial products. You know, our technology has endless applications, and we're creative. I mean, the Mothercare platform, do you know how many products we could sell through that platform? The gaming platform, but we've already got hundreds of cognitive games to roll out, competitions, different ways and incentives. For us, the hard part is to get to the first 100,000.
Yeah.
Once I have 100,000 people, then I've got referral incentives. Go get me 10 of your friends. We're a community.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about our business model is that whenever a product is sold, everybody benefits. Whenever data is used, everybody benefits. When we built the business, we put on the whiteboard, win, win. And if we could not connect the two with an idea, we didn't even bother doing it. Everything has been thought out. So to answer your question is we don't just we're not going every single transaction in the ecosystem will burn tokens on every revenue automatically, algorithmically. 10% of that transaction will be burned. So we're constantly reducing supply from the open market, making the treasury more valuable. 10% will go into the rewards pool to incentivize people for long-term participation. And then 10% goes into the compounding effect and the flywheel, which I explained earlier. So ultimately, our goal is to keep building treasury rather than depleting treasury. So, and it's a sustainable business model. So, you know, how are we gonna people get less motivated? You know, if your business is a chart, I really can understand that statement.
Yeah.
Because when you're waking up, mate, I mean, I couldn't sleep last night because I've got people in there panicking and like, these are my people. And I just want to be there and comfort them and tell them it's all going to be okay.
Yeah.
We are here.
Yeah.
Nobody does more AMAs than us. Nobody's more transparent.
Right.
I'm in that group. I live it full day. I mean, I have no responsibility in the business other than managing the community, building the community. And that's it. That's all I have to do.
Yeah.
So I have to do that, right?
Yeah.
And I enjoy it.
Right.
And the bottom line is that if your business is a chart, I can really understand that. But our business isn't the chart. It's a tool to fuel the business. And as long as we then convert that into revenue, the tank will always be full.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're not panicking.
One of the anxious topics always is that, you know, regulation is coming in. You know, in the coming years, because of that, people believe 99% of projects will go to zero, and there are only a handful of people who would be only a handful of projects that maybe will be regulated and will still be existing. Are you guys already somehow trying to follow the right path, as in rather than staying decentralized and maybe bump into problems down the road because of it was not fully, going through how it's supposed to go.
I mean, for the first time in my life, I would be confident to say that we will be in the 1%, not the 99%.
Okay.
Right? Because what we're building, like, we've got nothing to hide. Everything we're doing is 100% certified, even from the way that we've structured our business through the DAO. Everybody is so shit scared of dealing with America, of dealing with that because the SEC, because of the Howey test, and because of I can't sell my product to people without giving them all of this benefit that makes them a security token. Everything within our ecosystem is automatic. It is decentralized. So you'll see next week we hold our first DAO vote, and every decision will be voted on by the DAO.
Okay.
So it's not through our efforts.
Okay.
We are presenting these opportunities to the community. The community will vote on what products are sold in the marketplace, what applications will be built on them in the marketplace, who will manage the projects and things like that, what the rewards pools will be done. But it's automatic. If I collect money and distribute that money, I'm a security token. But we don't do that.
Right.
Look at it like this. The DAO owns the blockchain.
Yeah.
It decides what goes on the blockchain, and it receives instant revenue back from the blockchain on every transaction. That's not us. Just understand the law. We've got the best lawyer, I think, in the history of blockchain, and she's a DAO specialist, and she's a killer. And do you know what? Again, it's these narratives that create fear. And if you're a scammer, listen, how much more doxed can we be? Every single one of our people are 100% doxed, even our dev. We had to drag him out the back cave. He's never been out the back cave.
Usually devs
before.
don't like to be doxed. Yeah.
No. He hates me because I dox everyone. Whenever I take photos of everyone, the community members that have never been doxed. I drag them out because this is something that we're going to be proud of.
Of course.
And we've got. Listen, we're doxed. We're compliant. We're set up our business correct. This is a DAO. It's the efforts of everyone. It's algorithmically programmed from the distribution's point of view. These are the rules and regulations that you must follow.
Exactly.
Now, if DJT comes out and rips up the rule book and says, let's go, Rambo time, we'll go for it.
Right,
but at the moment, laws are there to make things difficult, but every law has a way to work with it, right? And as much as I hate that, I hate laws. But we just follow the laws. We've got good lawyers.
Exactly. Okay.
Don't just follow the laws.
Yeah.
We're good to go. We're America. We're coming. We're not afraid of that because we're following the laws.
So, what is the necessity for Muhdo having a token? Like, what is the?
It's the blood, man. It's the blood that pumps through the ecosystem. Like without the token, we can't build. Without the token, we can't. Well, we could, but the token enables us to reward, incentivize. It creates this circular economy, a closed ecosystem. And everyone talks about you're not decentralized. Take NVIDIA and AWS off the board. See how decentralized you are now.
Right.
Shit. It's all hot air nonsense. At the end of the day, we're building a business on a blockchain. I don't care if you think we're not decentralized enough. We're using the technology for real reasons. Not frogs, not dogs, not cats, not bears, not fucking green dildos or whatever it is that people, you know what I mean? Like, we're doing it for the real reason. And so why do we need a token? Because the token is what makes this possible. And I think people are afraid to say that. And sometimes I mumble through that answer because it's the one where it's like, everyone always asks it. But you know what? 100% of blockchain projects don't need a token.
Right.
But the token for us gives us the freedom. It gives us sovereignty. It gives us the ability to disrupt and not get on our knees and say, please, Mr. give us money. And they say, yeah, no problem, but you're going to have to put these pronouns in your bio and use this toilet paper because of global warming. It gives us the freedom to do it the way we want to do it, as long as our community agree. And we are not working with, our community is solid. It may not be big, but we are full of chads. Like there, it is solid, and these people are awake, not woke, and we are building something together, and we're building an army. And like I say, 10,000 people bring 10 friends, 100,000 people bring 10 friends. We're at 1 million, and then we're unstoppable. We get to 1 million, we're our own bank, our own exchange, our own market, our own everything. We don't care what anyone else is doing, man. And there's one thing that unites every single human being on the planet, whether you're, you know, whatever color, whatever religion, is we all have the same organs, we all breathe the same air, we all love our children, and nothing is more important than our health. How many people really give a shit about ZK protocols and, you know, 15,000 TPS per second?
Right.
Come on, man. Like, this is a game changer. And Bitcoin was the Bitcoin because the people wanted change.
Of course.
They were sick of a corrupt system. I always use that example. We're a solution to a corrupt system. And all you got to do is give it a little huck to, spit in a tube, spit in a... No, but it's true. I mean, it's fine. I like to make a joke of it. Spit in a tube, send it back, and let the phone do the rest. We can track so much information from your phone and wearables and all of that. So... I think it's cool, man. I'm super proud of it. And I can't take the credit. I'm not the science guy. I'm not the dev guy. You know, I sell the dream, they make it come true. But, you know, you also need to go out and sell it, right? And if you can't explain complicated shit to people, like, they're never going to buy it, right?
I think the Hack 2 girl is being sued right now.
I mean, that's kind of ruined my joke as well, because it brings back, like, PTSD for people.
I know.
Bless her, man. Bless her. We got some good memes in our group, some good stickers. Huck to the DNA thing, man. It's funny.
Okay.
Anyway, you got to have a laugh in life. It can't all be serious,
Of course. So for token holders, what is like for them? You explained why it's a necessity for Muhdo Hub. What is the benefit for token holders? Like really, like I also saw that you could stake your tokens, obviously, but overall, what benefits the token holders?
Well, I mean, look, there's a couple of benefits, really. One, if you want to be a part of the platform and you want to have a voice, it gives you governance rights. That's the kind of generic use for a DAO token, is governance, but also it's access and benefits. So token holders will receive bigger discounts on products. They will receive access to exclusive features and benefits. And, you know, they will be different tiers of rewards and incentives and staking pools and things like that for token holders. So I guess, like, to really simplify it is access, benefits, a voice, discounts. And I mean, that's cool. You know, that's cool. As far as I'm concerned. I mean, I can't think of anything more that I need to say on that, because, you know, look at it. They look at this as like a club. This is a community. The currency of the community is the token. If you have that token, you unlock things that if you don't have the token, you won't unlock. However, we're not excluding the public. And this is actually a really clever way to drive mass adoption, because look at it like this. If you go to purchase, imagine you're in Amazon checkout and the amount is $100, but you can see underneath it a DNA token, $70. Why is it $70? Click on the button, boom, 10-second video, buy Muhdo tokens, receive discounts. How do I do that? Press this button, bing, done. Cool, I just got £30 off my purchase and I've just unlocked all these access and benefits. This is how you convert people. We want to get microtransactions, and if you just want to pay the token and get a discount, great. But let's be honest, nobody wants to be the dickhead telling their grandchildren about the time he spent 600 million on 2 pizzas, right? So you also have the ability to be a part of membership tiers. So the more tokens you hold, the more you help secure the network. The more you can still access those discounts and benefits through fiat currency transactions. So we exclude no one. But we give benefits to those that want to be a part of the ecosystem, and, you know, to have a voice. You know, to be able to vote and be a part of something and feel a part of something. I think it's cool. I love it.
So there's no fear once a lot of these token holders unlock their staking that you feel like there could be some type of like flush out?
Well, one thing that I'm you know, getting my head around being new to Web3 is the Jeet virus. You know, it's real. It's definitely as powerful as the woke mind virus. But, you know, we're working on a cure. And all jokes aside, look, at the end of the day, every project has vesting. You know, coming up now, we're holding our first vote. So there'll be staking that we'll be offering people and incentives. But, you know, some people will just, they want to gamble. They've gambled. And unfortunately, we're a victim of our own success because people have made a lot of money from the pre-sale. I mean, at one point, we're talking a lot when it hit 28 million market cap, right? Jesus, I mean, 700 million FTV. I was like, what? But look, at the end of the day, we've got the buyback and burns from real revenue. You know, most projects, they say, oh, you know, in 6 months, we're going to deliver this, or in 12 months, and maybe in 3, 4, 5 years.
Roadmap,
Yeah. Mate, at the end of this month, mainnet launch. Nobody delivers a mainnet within days, within days of launch. Our first application, our supplements, all of these catalysts will prove our business model. And we're just going to outwork the competition. We've got better with the partnerships, the products, the services, and you know, we're definitely always going to have some Jeets and people that want to sell and cash in profits. That's the nature of investments.
Of course.
But ultimately, every time we've seen people selling from the pre-sale rounds, it's actually created in buying in opportunities for a crypto phrase, the chats. Shout out to the chats. Who are buying in. So we've actually been really strong in those eating those dips, like really, really strong because people see the longevity. And eventually what will happen is you'll have more people will overweigh those people. So we have the buybacks and burns, which will counteract some of the inflationary aspects of that, right? With the token price. We're also going to change the way that those tokens are released. So this is something for your community as well. Rather than doing them in one hit each month, we're just going to do it daily. So what's the right word? Amortized, the same amount.
Amortization
daily. So that then actually we won't have that build up to sell pressure. It will just be more stable and more general. So we're going to change that and we're going to do that. But yeah, staking pools and just like, what do people actually want from an investment? They want to see the team that's real. They want to see products materialize. They want to see a business model that works. We're just going to keep delivering. And I think maybe this month, you know, we might see, you know, because people are panicking. You know, I saw one big wallet like dump like 50K. And I checked the wallet and I was like, I know that guy. I broke bread with that guy. I flew to Amsterdam and sat down with that guy and I called him up and I'm like, yo, bro, why'd you dump on the chart like that? If you're going to do it, chip. Like take a couple K a day. And he's like, I'll be honest with you. I used my daughter's savings account to gamble and I lost a shitload of money on meme coins and yours was the only token that had any value left. And my wife found out. Hey, we can't control human beings. But all we can control is what we deliver. And what we do at Muhdo is deliver. And we're just going to keep delivering. And we're going to keep rolling out partnerships. And we're just going to keep beating the competition, doing AMAs every day and reassuring our community. You know, I jumped in a private investor group with 100 people. They couldn't believe I did that. I was like, why? This is 100 people that are whales together in my home. I wasn't going to jump in here. Like, I don't understand. They don't understand. But it's because Web3 people, they run from their communities. They get the money and run because they know they're never going to deliver. We're under promising. And that might sound like a bold statement based on what I've said, but my God, we will be here in 5 years. You know, we will be here in 10 years. You know, why jump ship for $2 million when we could get 1 million customers, turn over 840 million revenue? I mean, if we went IPO, that's a $16 billion company. Listen, we can, you know, I would say it as well. We're not here for the crumbs. We're here for the whole fucking cake. And we ain't the kind of people that will sit there eating cake while our people are sitting there eating crumbs. There's enough cake for everyone. Greed is the problem in this world.
Absolutely.
Greed is the enemy. And greed in healthcare is the most fucked up concept that you could possibly have. So, I mean, like, that's it really. I mean, remove the greed, people before profit, and a good life will come.
Does Muhdo Hub have intentions to maybe like also create like social events, social experiences to have people connect in real time and, you know?
I mean, I love it. Like, so like when I was in London, because I've been out in Asia for so long, you know, we've got such a big Dutch community and I was like, hey, I'm in London. What are you guys doing this weekend? let's go, I'll buy you some drinks kind of thing. So I jump out. We love doing that. But actually further down the thing, we've got some really cool ideas, Muhdo marathons, Muhdo gaming events, Muhdo get-togethers, all of these different things. We'll definitely do some of the conferences. Probably won't be invited to the DSci conferences after this one, but let's be honest, that's okay. We are DSci. And 100%. Right? I think it's important. I think that is a great way to unite people.
Yeah.
And where we've got all of these different things like Muhdo gaming events where you can get people together to share their passion, but also sell them and educate them on the benefits of the products and create communities. Why do we, not just to create, by creating communities around these niches, you create support groups as well. People that are dealing with the same things or in the same interests. And that's how, we need to get people uniting, not fighting, bro. And we need that, that's what we're trying to do. So 100%,
Okay.
we're all over that.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
we
transparency. And I think
we were just warming up, man. Where's the tough questions?
Yeah, no, I mean, these were most of the questions, I think, especially from my side, that the community wanted to know. That I feel like they were very anxious in terms of, Muhdo officially launched kind of already in crypto language within the start of the bull market. A lot of the projects that a lot of the members already have been invested in started a few years ago, and they were able to grow. And now it's like, is this a token that will sustain, or is it just a quick project? They weren't sure, of course, how serious Muhdo's intentions could be. Or if it was just, a lot of projects launching now because of the bull market is about to start. So, they feel like these projects
Stop
just
selling
wanna,
that narrative.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, what is a bull market?
No, exactly. No, but that is how they believe, right?
Yeah. 100%.
And
We've
that's
got to
why
educate them.
exactly, and that's why it's good to have these type of conversations to be like, no, they're here for serious business, longevity.
Do you know what I did when because people started panicking? I got my phone out, right?
Yeah.
I went and screenshot every DSci project, every single one. I'm worth screenshotting.
Yeah.
And every single one had the same chart.
Right.
Every single one in the last 7 days had the same chart.
Right.
And I'm curious to see where ours is at the moment.
Right.
So we just did just before this, we did an AMA with Mexi.
Okay.
On their spaces, and the charts started popping. So I'm curious to see where it's got to. Hang on, where are we at?
This will be aired probably after DG.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, either way, it's up.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, that's the biggest problem with crypto is this emotional, this herd mentality. When people invest in stocks and shares, they invest in, unless they're high frequency trading and just looking at market movements, people invest in shares because they're investing in the longevity of a business. People invest in crypto because their friends tell them to, or a KOL. Eventually that's going to change. And hopefully when regulations come and 99% of the projects are gone. And, for me, I don't want regulation in the sense that of how regulation is applied in traditional finance. But if you're investing, you should have the right to anonymity. Don't know if I'm saying that. You should have the right to remain anonymous because you're investing. But if I'm taking your money for an investment, I should be doxxed. You should have transparency on where that money goes, how that money's spent. And that's the cool thing about a DAO and the way that we're going to set it up with our portal and be super transparent. But I do think when we launched, we lost probably 500,000 in volume because another did a scam launch 3 hours before our launch with the same logo, with the same name, and took 500 million in volume.
Unbelievable.
I can't tell you how many people have been scammed.
Unbelievable.
In our name. And it's not just us. Every project it happens.
Yeah.
But to just hammer home to your community, we spent 8 years proving our science. A lot of these DSci projects right now, they're 8 years away from ever creating value. We've done the hard work. We're here now to commercialize that, build a community that enables us to build something that will be around for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years time.
Yeah.
I'm relatively young. I'm 40 this year. Nathan's 55. The range of the team is a nice balance between you know, younger and older. But there's nothing when you love what you do, it's not work. I don't consider this work. This is cool. I mean, I never thought I'd be sat here having a podcast with you, man. I just wish we were in Holland. Could have some fun after. But all jokes aside, now I've really enjoyed it, and you can tell your community, man, like we communicate more than ever. You know, we're doubling down now. You know, we're doubling down now on that communication. But the last week, it didn't make sense wasting marketing money when the whole market's tanking just before Trump comes in.
Yeah.
That's just bad business.
Yes.
We won't waste money, but just because, you know, people are panicking. I'm in that group 24/7. Everyone's welcome from your community, and they will see. They'll never see a founder so active in a community. Right. No one's ever. Well, actually, at the live, one of the mods, because I had a couple of days where I had to actually do some real work. You know, they caught up with me, but then I took them back over last night. I didn't go to sleep. I'm like, can't never take my time. Nobody's in there more than me, but I'm doing 4 or 5 AMAs sometimes a day. You know, and the reason for that is people want to know. They panic when they don't hear you or they don't see that you're active. We will outwork everyone. We will outwork every project that you've done, and we will deliver more alpha, more consistency, and more revenue than any one of those projects. And it's just a matter of time till the cream rises to the top. We're the new kids on the block. But we've been around. You know what I'm saying? We are the block. So I'm really grateful for your time, Ryan. I've enjoyed this. It's
actually
cool.
Last question. Are there more partnerships with sex in the works? You talked about Maxi. We've seen the release of Maxi.
So actually, I mean, I don't know what would happen by the time we get this out, but like we're in talks with all of the top exchanges. You know, sadly, to get on the top exchanges, you need like mad volume. You know, 20 million volume. They won't even talk to you, kind of thing. So we're still a little bit early in our journey, but. Yeah, we've been offered a few free listings from some of the smaller centralized exchanges that to help us build up that volume. We are talking to some kind of top 10 in volume exchanges, and we're hoping to get that wrapped up by the end of the month. I'm confident that we will, but I don't want to say 1,000% which or who.
Of course.
Because we've got maybe, like, if we can't get one of the big ones, maybe we'll just go on 2 or 3 of the smaller ones. Because what is the objective of what we're trying to achieve right now? It's to raise our volume, raise our users. And so those exchanges give you access to those communities or to those user bases, a lot of marketing and stuff like that. We've just started a big marketing push in Asia. So most of our real world business comes from Asia. So, you know, we're talking to a couple of the Asian exchanges as well. But yeah, 100%, you know, our aim is to add a centralized exchange each month and just keep growing organically. So yeah, to answer your question, 100%. But, you know, for the sake of like getting murdered, you know, I don't want to name a name because we're talking to quite a few, and hopefully we will get the ones that we want, and if not, we'll kind of work, keep building up. Slow and steady wins the race. Most projects don't even add centralized exchanges, and you know there's all this bad press about them, but you know we didn't do the launch pads. We built our community organically, and centralized exchanges give access to customers. You know, and we need the customers. We need to grow the users and grow the volumes. That's how you grow in Web3. But we won't waste our money. You know, if it's a free listing and you've got some good customers and we get a load of marketing out of it,
of course, why
wouldn't we do? Right? So yeah, to answer your question, 100%. Right. I just won't say who. In case it changes by the time we put this out, and then I look like an idiot.
No, it's all good.
Anything else?
No. Thank you.
My man. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. That was epic. Cool. All good?
Yeah.